I'm Joe Biden, the senator from Delaware, and I don't really care if Kamala Harris likes this message or not. I'm not running for office anymore.
The economy is failing, and if I'm elected to 4 more years, things are only going to get worse. And so I, Kamala Harris, want to encourage every little girl in America to follow the same career path as me. Prostitution. When I was a prosecutor back in San Francisco, I was an ambitious young woman. If I thought a man could help me with my career, you'd better believe I was hooking up with him. Oh, yeah. Finally, I met the ultimate sugar daddy, San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown.
Willie Brown, who once dated Harris, says he's excited a black woman is on a presidential ticket.
It was wonderful to have that kind of ongoing, daily activity relationship.
Now, Brown is widely credited with helping to launch the senator's career.
Willie was married at the time, and so I was what's called a mistress. As Willie Brown's mistress, I was given lucrative positions in California state government. These were essentially fake jobs, stealing from California taxpayers. For one job, I met just 2 days per month and was paid about $250,000 per year. And so when Donald Trump asks how I'm going to deal with Vladimir Putin or Kim Jong-un, well, let's just say I got a lot of experience dealing with powerful men. Some politicians do backroom deals. I do back rub deals. You know what I'm saying?
Take that, you backstabbing cackler. Now live from Times Square, it's That Kevin Show.
Somewhere in the bowels of the city that never sleeps
Kevin McCullough, radio host with Salem Media,
is a man also not sleeping.
Syndicated radio talk show host Kevin McCullough.
And that guy would like a word with you.
Many of you know him as Nostradamus.
Of course that Kevin show is going to be great. The only thing that could be greater, of course, would be that Donald show. We don't have that, so we have that Kevin show.
Featuring the music of Dick Tunney and the Dream in Color Orchestra. Just ahead, her brain is twice as big as Biden and Kamala's combined. Caitlin Sinclair, sketch comedy, and a new animation from the Babylon Bee players. He is drilling for American energy, for America First. Ed Kovalin. Assignment Desk Weekend with all the smirk that's fit to print, and patriotic songwriter John Carn with the #1 song in the country. And now, from Times Square, a man who twiddled away his week in the rolling fields of Colorado. Well, we don't know what he was doing. Why was he out there? Anyway, here's That Kevin!
I don't know, friends. It's going to be one of those things, I think, where Dave's just going to spend the rest of his life making stuff up about what, yes, you know exactly why I was in the rolling fields of Colorado this week. No, I wasn't there to observe nature. Stop it. I was there with my friends from the Prairie Operating Group, which I happen to own a piece of. And we were out there looking at our rig that is going to be fully functional before the year's end. It's got 8 wells on the plot of land, and it's been in production. They've been drilling the wells, and there's a process to how when you frack land, you have to go in there a very specific way. But I got to tour the whole thing. I got to see the whole thing. I had a hard hat and everything. Yes, they gave me a hard hat. Stop it. Anyway, welcome to the weekend, friends. Kevin McCullough, couldn't be happier than to have you with us. And sometimes I'm even amazed at sometimes when the mainstream media surprises me. Sometimes they come up with something that you didn't expect. And after the debate, and since the debate, you've seen all the commercials, and all the commercials for her are the same. I grew up in a middle-class family, and all the commercials for him are cool. They're like, hey, did you know this? Boom. Well, I grew up in a middle-class family, but did you know this? Boom. He could have done more of the boom stuff in the debate, by the way, but he was tired. It was a bad night, whatever. He made the best argument at the end when he said, you had 4 years to fix it. Why didn't you fix it? And this coming week, you're going to see the juniors go at it. That's going to be fun. By the way, if you don't have anywhere else, that you're already committed to watching it at, why don't you check out the Salem News coverage of the debate? this coming Tuesday. My colleague Larry Elder will be kicking it all off and be going through. You might even see yours truly doing a little punditry work before or after, or both. I'm not sure. They haven't given me my call times yet. But we're going to be covering it, and I expect this debate to be a lot feistier than the last one. Because you just can't fight with Kamala. And she can't be reasoned with. And part of the reason that she can't be reasoned with is because she doesn't know her facts. Do you remember distinctly when she said in the debate that we don't have not one single troop serving in forward combat zones? Do you remember that?
I want to ask you about her comments about the military. She said during the debate this about the U.S. military. Let's listen.
As of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century.
Our fact checkers found that to be false, and I have a lot of experience in that area as well. There are currently 900 U.S. military personnel in Syria, 2,500 U.S. troops in Iraq. All have been under regular threat from drones and missiles for months. We also have action in the Red Sea. We also, every single day, the Navy SEALs, Delta Forces, special operators can be part of any sort of deadly raid. So why would she make that claim?
Well, I think what's important here, Martha, is that Kamala Harris, in contrast to Donald Trump, demonstrated herself to be commander-in-chief. We are in a world where there are all sorts of conflicts, and it's all the more reason we need somebody who's serious and who supports the military. And just remember,
but Governor, excuse me, but she said there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone. That is not true.
Now, what you have right there is Martha Raddatz, who's sometimes not been so good in debates that she's hosted, laying the law down to Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey, who could not answer the question because it was the statement was so radically false on its face. And this is from ABC, the ABC that we wished we could have gotten more of this kind of thing from the night of the debate. But Lindsey and David, they weren't going to do that. They were just going to sit there and let Kamala say whatever ludicrous thing she wanted to say. So it's very refreshing to see that one of the senior analysts at ABC News, Martha Raddatz, who has covered war zone stories for years, she really has, to hold the feet to the fire of the lame talking point, swamp monster of Governor Maura Healey, to say that no, you don't get to gloss over the fact Kamala Harris did something in a way that I don't think very many people have ever wanted to do, but it had an immediate repercussion on the military. And if you don't know, you can go over to my Instagram. I posted this just a couple of days ago, but these were some of the guys in the forward operating combat zones that were watching the debate the night that it happened. Watch their reactions. It tells you everything you need to know.
I agreed with President Biden's decision to pull out of Afghanistan. 4 presidents said they would, and Joe Biden did. And as a result, America's taxpayers are not paying the $300 million a day we were paying for that endless war. And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century. What? But let's understand. So where the are we right now?
Yeah, where are they? Combat zone, where are they at in Syria or in Iraq or in some other forward operating area? I have family that are in the Red Sea right now because the stuff's getting hot over there, and we've moved extra carriers and planes and everything else into there. You don't get to be commander in chief and be this idiotic and out to lunch on what is arguably one of the most tenderhook portions of history in terms of the global balance. You've got to be bringing leadership and calm to that mess, not whatever it is that you were raised in a middle-class family. Anyway, Kevin McCullough, we've got a lot straight ahead for you. Joining me next, Caitlin Sinclair, one of the smartest people on the punditry circuit today. She's the spokesperson for Turning Point Action. We'll get her thoughts on Lady Harris and others as we continue that Kevin Show.